Right, I want us to get into what's trending and see what's happening on social media, of course, in the country and globally. And I'm joined by Winfrey Owino. Winfrey, good morning.
Good morning, Fasia.
Let's talk about what's happening, especially here in Kenya. Let's start with the story of Mathe Ngara. This, of course, includes the speculation that she is selling bang in the city. Is that true? Tell us about it.
Okay, we can't really say it's true or false, but according to information from the police officers, what they are telling the public is that there has been a crackdown on drug trafficking in the city for the last, say, 2 weeks. So when it first started, it started at somewhere in Parklands. Now this is where allegedly this Mathe Ngara belongs, and they first did the raid there. They arrested 2 minors and another woman called Teresia Mudhoni. She was to be arraigned yesterday, but I think the investigations are still ongoing. So yeah, last evening, actually, from last evening up to this morning, people have just been talking about this Mathe Ngara. And when you look at your Twitter trends, you'll see people also bringing up movies like Queen of the South, Narcos and all that, because these are movies with very powerful drug cartel characters. So basically that is just it. So last evening they arrested her at the CBD. That is the information we have so far, and she was to be detained at the DCI headquarters on Kiambu Road for questioning as investigations still go on. But before that, like a few hours before she was arrested, she had filed a case at the Milimani courts seeking to block her arrest. And in that petition, she was actually arguing that she was not involved in any drug trafficking as it is alleged. Right. And she also says that the police arrested her 2 sons who are minors, 17 and 16 years old respectively. So that is what she had said. She had told the courts before. And so she even applied for an anticipatory bail. This is a bail that you apply for, you're given before you're actually arrested. So it protects you from future arrest. Right. So that is what she had done. But unfortunately, she was arrested, and now she's with the detectives. Of course, we'll see how the story will develop today. We expect communication from the DCI. If there is somebody who is going to be charged with any offense, we really want to know how and who. So what we know for as of now is that there are now 4 suspects in custody: 2 minors, 2 adults who are women, and then there is some 13 million that was confiscated as exhibit, and some amount of bang as well. So we just keep an eye on the story, Fatia.
Right, of course, that's a top story that we are following here also on KTN News. Yeah. But let's move on to another story that's trending now globally. In Thailand, the former Prime Minister, that is Thaksin Shinawatra, returns from exile after 15 years. Tell us about that.
Actually, this is a very interesting story. It has broke this morning because now, of course, Thailand are ahead of us in terms of the time. So at 9 a.m. this morning, he arrived in Thailand. That is after 15 years. And he's been living in Dubai all this time. So just a background of the story is that this Shinawatra was a Prime Minister of Thailand in 2001. That's when he first assumed office, and then served for 5 years. In 2006, he was re-elected now to serve his 2nd term. But unfortunately, he didn't finish now like his 1st year of the 2nd term. In September 2006, he was ousted as a result of a military coup. And it's interesting because Al Jazeera reporting that by the time they were actually going to, the coup was happening, he was in New York preparing to like address a United Nations Assembly. So now that is when all this came up. He was arrested. When he came back to the country, he was some charges were preferred against him. But now that's when he went to exile for 15 years. So right now, today, he has come back. And it's interesting to see the circumstances under which he's coming back, because this country had elections a few months ago, and there were 2 candidates. One was the candidate that he was supporting, and the other one was from the other side. So his opponent is the one who won the elections. But the military juntas, who are now like the people who are in charge of the country, refused to support this the candidate who actually won. So he cannot form a government. So basically, they are going to their parliament now for a vote. And it means if his candidate wins, then he might not be in prison for long, because when he arrived in Thailand, he was taken to the Supreme Court of the land, he was charged, and he's now in prison. So he might not stay. Maybe it's just a stunt he's pulling, you never know. But it's a very interesting story. Someone staying away for 15 years, then bringing himself to be arrested. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Something really not adding up here.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll know what's happening in just the next few days, of course. Let's move to the entertainment scene now. And J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are celebrating their wedding anniversary. We know their story has been interesting. The two were engaged 20 years ago, and then they got married again. Tell us about that.
Okay, I think for entertainment lovers or movie lovers and music, especially these R&B songs, nobody does not know J-Lo. We all know she's a bit old, and her looks are very stunning. She even looks prettier than some of our young girls here in Nairobi, but that's a story for another day. That is
debatable.
That's a story for another day. So Jennifer Lopez is actually her and Ben Affleck are compatible even in the movies, leave alone just in the real life. And this really, when it came out that they were now getting married after breaking off the engagement in 2002, it really trended and everybody was talking about it. So lately, people are actually waiting to see, will this work, will it not work? And there are debates, you know, in social media. Everyone has an opinion, everyone has a phone, and everyone has an internet. They can say whatever they want. So it was like, will it work out? But so far, so good. On Sunday, they celebrated their first wedding anniversary. And I think it's the talk of nearly all entertainment sites in terms of Hollywood and music. So yeah, they're just in a happy place, and everybody's talking about them and their wedding, and now it's an anniversary. Will there be babies? Just the entertainment stuff happening there. But it's interesting to see if maybe they'll come up with another movie together. We don't know, but time will tell.
On the flip side, though, if you've seen some pictures and videos some time back, it seemed like there's a bit of an issue going on. I don't know if you saw that earlier, did you?
Some award ceremony.
Yes. And his face, and he looked like he was getting a bit angry, and people had a lot to say about that, right?
That's a public life, so basically everyone can comment about it. But let's see how it goes. Congratulations to them. Happy anniversary to them. We wish them a long life.
Right, thank you so much. That's Winfrey telling us what's trending in the country and globally. Want to take a short commercial break here on News Diary? We'll be back with more. Stay with us.